All right, Casey here with CL Creative, where I'm teaching you web design and Webflow one video at a time. And today we're going to talk about creating color palettes quickly. I'm going to show you how to do that with your primary color, and hopefully you can utilize this throughout your project for the other colors. So let's jump into the computer, check things out. All right, well, here we are in the computer, and as you can see, I'm using I'm using Relume's template, their library template, their free template. And when you open this template, you see that they do have colors here, but this is a little bit limiting, particularly if you want to create a number of different shades of a particular color that you can utilize throughout your entire project. So today I'm going to show you how to do that really quickly. Now, I have pulled over some color cards from Untitled UI's kit that they offer, but you could easily make these color cards as well. And so what we're going to do is we're going to work from 25 all the way to 950. You may not need 950, but I like to include it because it gives me a dark, but not so dark that it is going to be black. And I got 25 because sometimes I like a really light background, but you could easily just go 50 to 900, but I'm going to show you how I do this at 25 all the way to 950. So say that you have been given a icon, or not an icon, a logo from your client, or you've just been given some colors. So here, my client has given me their icons that are fill builders, and they have black, and they also have a yellow in this icon. And this yellow is on their current site, as well as they want this yellow to be throughout the new site that I'm designing for them. And so I want to make a color palette that's going to be harmonious, that's going to give me a number of different options as I'm designing this new site for them, and everything is just going to work very well together. So how do you do this? Well, what I've done is I've started at 600, and in order to do that, all that I've actually done is taken my color picker and gone right here and put that on the logo's color. You could do this on the website or whatever other color that you get, but you just want to put the 600 in right here. And then after I've done that, I'm going to grab this particular hex code, which is going to be important for us. So these hex codes are, for these blue colors. You can change it out right now if you'd like, or you can just kind of go with what you have got. All right, now here's where the magic happens, and here's where things are going to be super fast for you. You go to your plugins, and you search up Shader UI. So this is the one that we're going to use today. I'm going to run this plugin, and you're going to see this here on the screen. Now, what it's going to do is going to give you some light options, as well as it's going to give you some dark options. We're going to start with the light, and that's going to be really from 25 all the way up here to 600. And what we're going to do for this is we're going to get 20 shades. Now, I know that sounds like a lot. There are not 20 color cards here, but I like to do this, and I'm going to show you why in just a moment. So we're going to make sure that we change our color to this particular color right here. All right, and you see it updates for us. So we're going to create that. When we create that, it's going to give us a number of color blocks, and I'm just going to pull these color blocks down here for us to work with. So what I like to do is, particularly when I have 25 going up to 600, is I like to start right here on the very end. You notice that it's not white, but it's very close. So I'm going to start right here on the end, and I'm going to pull that down. Now for the 50, I'm just going to move up one block. So I'm going to count 1, 2, skip a block essentially. I'm going to pull that down for my 50, and I'm going to do the same for my 100. So now I have my 25, my 50, and my 100. Next, I'm going to begin at 100, skipping 2 blocks. So I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm going to pull down the third one, 1, 2. I'm going to pull down the third one, 1, 2. I'm going to pull down the third one again, 1, 2. I'm going to pull down the third one again, and 1, 2. This is going to get us back to our 600 right there. So I'll take these and I'll put these underneath these particular blocks so you can see what we have to work with. And this is going to give us a nice harmonious color palette that is stepping up very nicely. So again, for our 25, 50, and 100, we're just skipping one block. And then starting at 100 up to 600, we are skipping 2 blocks and pulling down the third. All right, so we have that for our light. Now we need to get our dark. We don't have that many for our dark. So again, we're going to run shader UI. This time, instead of lighten, we're going to pick darken. And since we only have several to do, you may want to do 8, or you can do, 9 or 10 at this point. So I'd stick between 8 and 9. I'm just going to do 8 here. Again, I'm going to make sure that I use my color picker to pick the 600, and you see it's going to give us a nice shades for us. So let me create that. It's going to again create some more color blocks for us to work with. Now this is going to give us a starting point here of our 600. So I'll just stick this underneath there. Well, I'll put it down here actually. Now we got our 600, and so on the darken side, what I like to do is just skip one like we did with our 25, 50, and 100. So we have our 600. We're going to take this one and put it here for our 700. We're going to take this one and put it here for our 800. We're going to take this one and put it here for our 900. And then we have this last one right here, which we don't really skip. We're just going to throw it up there as almost black, but not quite. As you notice here, it's very close, is getting close to black, but it's not there. If we would have run it again, step down again, then we might end up at black, but we want to leave ourselves some room here. All right, so that's how you would create that color palette. Of course, you would go through here select this card, click on here, and then go through with your color picker on all of these different ones and change the primary colors out. All right, well, we have all of those colors changed out now, and then the next step that we want to do, let's get these out of the way. The next step that we're going to do is we're going to utilize these as styles. So you want to click on 25, you're going to go to the 4 dots, you're going to click on style, you're going to click on plus, and then what you're going to do, since these are going to be our primary colors, you're going to say primary slash and what our primary is, so 25. And then you're going to work your way down all the way to 950 doing the same thing. So you're going to click on this one, primary 50. And then what I actually do is come right here after this number, highlight that, copy it, click create, just so that this workflow can go a little bit faster for the next one. That'll be 100. All right, so we've added in all of the different styles. On the right-hand panel, you'll notice that you have primary, and underneath primary, I have 25 all the way down to 950. And as you work through your design, you have a nice harmonious palette. You can use 25 for background, and some of these other ones, you can use the 950 on top of one of these lighter colors. The sky's really the limit at this point to whatever is really going to look good in your design. But now you have the opportunity to utilize the brand color that you've been given, but to utilize it throughout the design in a way that's really going to be harmonious, and it's going to begin to bring your entire design together. Now you can go through and do this with other colors, maybe some secondary colors that you have been given, different things like that with your grays and all kind of other different colors. So if we pop over here to, say, Untitled UI, and we look at their color palette, I mean, it is huge. They've gone through and done this for a number of different colors. Now, this is a UI kit, and of course, I don't think that you need to do this for a design that you are doing for a client at all. I think sticking with the primary and possibly the secondary will be super helpful for you moving forward. Now, of course, if you wanted to, you can go through and change these hex codes as well, just so that when you move into development, you have everything here in front of you and you're ready to enter in all of that without having to look that up or get confused. And particularly if you're a designer who is handing this off to the developer, you certainly want to make sure to go through and change these hex codes so that they are not just assuming that you have done that and then it matches this color right here. All right, so that's how you create a color palette super fast in Figma that is going to help your designs to be harmonious, and you are going to have a lot of different options when you are designing the new website that is going to be consistent with your client's brand colors. If you found some value out of this video, would you smash that like button for me? And if you want to see other videos like this, then subscribe. I'm putting out videos each and every single week teaching you web design and Webflow. And if you have an idea for a video, would you leave that down in the comments? I would be happy to try to make a video for you to help you out in any way that I can. Until next time.